asked me the other day, they said, is Australia's postal system based on kangaroos? I was like, come on man, what kind of bullshit have previous Australians been feeding you? I'm like, kangaroos live in the outback, people live in the cities. And that's like me coming to Vancouver and asking you guys if bears just stick around downtown. And he was like, one did. And I was like, well, was he delivering a mail? And he was like, nope, he was collecting the garbage. Terminology or the nautical fucking talk? Yeah. They're just going off to study. Starboard, port, aft. What is that? I remember the first cruise I ever did, we were leaving from Sydney, we were cruising out through the harbour, and this announcement came over the PA, and it was like, this is the captain speaking from the bridge. And I was just like, who the fuck is steering us? I called up reception immediately. I was like, yeah, g'day, it's Ben here. From the ship. Yeah, where the fuck's the captain? There's so much of this like technical talk on here, man. I was having a look at this. This is the Pacific Explorer Safety Information Sheet, and it's all just technical shit. And I thought, man, people aren't going to understand this. I've got to write my own answers, right? So you guys down for just a few of these answers? Yeah. Sweet. Question number 1. What is a man overboard? Now, the answer to that is fucked. Point at the person all you like, but let's be honest, you'll just be pretty much pointing at a person getting eaten by a shark. Question number 2, what is the main firefighting system for the ship? That would be the vast expanse of water surrounding us that we call the ocean. Do a pretty good job of rocking back into Sydney Harbour on fire, really, wouldn't you? And the captain wouldn't give a fuck, he's on the bridge. Here around, but how much is this little guy here at the front keeping me in the game? I was like, come on little fella! Hang in there! Yep. When this guy goes, I look like those guys where it looks like the tide is going out. Right? Fuck that shit. How's this as well? Like 29, right? Darso, 29. I reckon consistently, on about a 50-50 basis, when I go out to nightclubs, I still get asked for ID. Like, I'm not joking, right? I'm being serious. If I wasn't being serious, I wouldn't have written a joke about this shit, right? I'm serious. 50-50 basis, man. Bouncers like, can I please see some ID? And I'm like, right there, dude. Seriously, dude, if I'm 17, I don't need a nightclub, I need a hospital. Don't make me reach into my pocket. So this is nice, man. Everyone's here. Lots of good-looking people. That's good. Got any couples in here tonight? This night just took on a new flavour. All right. Lock the doors, mofos. Let's chuck some keys in the centre. What do you reckon? Yeah. All right. All right. Fuck your mowing, man. I said let's fuck. I hope he's not watching. That's cool. And yeah, so we got like no couples officially. How about single people? Give us a round of applause if you're here and single. That was not 400 people. Seriously, it's like the rest of you guys are the people on Facebook going, it's complicated. Well, that's kind of cool, man, because if everyone here is single and no one's a couple, you guys are going to dig my theory, man. I think you can tell with couples how in love and how long a couple has been going out together based on how much weight they've put on since they met. Yes, it's true, it's true. You guys are all picturing someone right now. It's true, isn't it? Like, you know, when you're single, you always want to work hard in the gym so that you can be in, like, you know, awesome shape and attracting that beautiful new person into your life, yeah? So generally, when a relationship starts, you're both rocking pretty much as good as you can look, yeah? You look at that same couple about 5 years into their relationship and it looks like they ate the two people who initially met. You know what, right? Like, I had a little scope out of my crowd here tonight. I did before I told that joke, right? Even before I knew that there were no couples in here tonight, right? And I had a look and I made sure there was no fat people. I did, right? I made sure there was no fat people, right? But here's one for you, right? Even if I'd seen a fat couple, right? Fuck it, I would have done it anyway. I would have, right? For two key reasons, right? Number one, I could probably outrun them. And number two, I'm not having a crack. I'm actually not. Like, I'm not having a crack at you. I genuinely think it's a healthy thing that you don't feel like you need to be perfect for the other person. Yeah? Like, it's a genuinely healthy thing. Like probably not for your heart. But it is. Like, I think more relationships would go better if you started, like, more along those lines. Like, you know when you meet someone new? Right, our inevitable human instinct is to put on that facade that like life is like 400% together. You know what I'm saying? Like shit is like bulletproof. Do you know what I mean? Oh, what was that sound? That was a bullet bouncing off my abs. Yeah, right. Yeah, that's natural, right? But I reckon bullshit, right? I reckon relationships would go better if you started like flaws first. Yeah, get straight to the dirt. Skip the bullshit phase, right? Like you meet the girl of your dreams. Girl of your dreams walks in and you're just like, hey, my name's Ben and I get anxiety attacks. And then a few months down the track when she realises that you give thoughtful presents, you got a heart of gold and you fuck like a superstar, she'd be like, man, I did not see that coming. Like, all part of the package, baby. Appreciate you guys laughing at that, thank you. I just wish I didn't have to live this shit to write it. I started seeing a really awesome girl a couple of months ago, and she's here, and she's delightful. I like girls, but I think that girls love to play little traps in relationships. Yeah? Like we were in this cafe, right? And she goes, "Let's play the hall pass game, right?" Right? You guys all know what the hall pass game is, right? She goes, if I could sleep, and I didn't want to play this game, right? Because I fucking sensed a trap, right? But she's like, if I could sleep with anyone on the planet, right? It would be Jude Law, right? And she's like, how about you? And I was like, that waitress. That was the wrong answer. It's way too tangible right there. That was some freaky shit as well, right? Like, we went on a first date like a couple of months ago. True story. Very next day after our first date, something clicked for both her and myself that we'd actually met when we were 14 years old. How's that? 29, already told you that, right? We realised we'd already been out on a date 15 years earlier. And I told this to a couple of my girl buddies, and they were just like, oh my God, that's fate. And I was like, no, that's Adelaide. There's a little difference. I got my first speeding ticket ever. I went through the middle of Australia a little while ago. Oh, you clapping me? You got yours as well? Man, I was in the country area. This cop pulls me over and he was like, do you realise that you are only allowed to travel 110 kilometres per hour? And I was just like, yeah, I was just planning on knocking him off in the first half an hour. Pulling over for a break. In 1 hour's time, I will not be more than 110 kilometres from where I started. I like the fact that you guys all had a good little chuckle at that, but you're all like, that has genuine logical merit. It's like, yes, officer, I do realise that I was speeding through a school zone, but in 1 hour's time, I will not be more than 25 kilometres from here with these four little fuckers on my bonnet. Oh, you guys are cool, man. You guys are cool. Fuck no. I think this is a sweet country. I love Australia. I do. I think because we're surrounded by water and not other countries and people, though, at times we can be a bit playfully naive and ignorant. Like even just the way that we refer to Asian people as a minority group. It's like, I think there's 1 billion people in China who probably got something to say about that. There's like heaps of them over there, right? Like, that's like, has anyone here on that note, right, ever done that thing, right, being an ignorant white Australian person where you meet a particular Asian person for the first time and you assume that they can't speak fluent English? Have you guys done this? And since you know for a fact that you can't speak any of their language, right, but since you're a genuinely well-meaning individual, you figure the best way to try and communicate is in, like, broken Asian English. Have you guys done this? And you're just like, hello? My name Ben, cold weather outside, what your name? And they're just like, mate, it's Daryl. Your parents are Korean, but I was born in Harndorf. Your English is fucked. I like Chinese restaurants, man. I've been to Chinese restaurants like 4 nights a week, and I've come to the distinct conclusion, right, as a seasoned pro, that chopsticks, my friends, are an invention designed specifically to make white people look bad. Yeah, next time you guys are in a Chinese restaurant, have a look for yourself. Don't take my word for it, right? You look at the white people in there, they use chopsticks to pick shit up, right? You guys look at the Asian people in there, they got the frickin' manual, right? They hold the bowl to their mouth, right, and they use it as a shovel. Yeah? It's part of the reason why Asian people hold their bowl to their mouth when they eat is so that we can't see them talking to each other, just going, look at this dumb white motherfucker trying to pick up soup. And do a couple more jokes and I'm out of here, but yeah. I don't get racism at all, man. I think Australia's a cool country. You can be friends with whoever you want, man. Not many countries in the world where that's the case, right? I think it's a good thing. I don't understand racism at all. It's just the weirdest shit ever. And that's why I don't understand the Commonwealth Games. I can't get into the Commonwealth Games. I reckon if you guys look one little level below the surface, look past the opening ceremony, look past the fancy uniforms, man, the Commonwealth Games are racist games. They are. Because essentially what they are is a celebration of the British Empire, which started out as one white country, invading, by force, a whole lot of black countries. Yeah? And that's why to this day, I don't understand why as white countries, we still bother with the sprinting events. If ever there was a bunch of countries that we have better programmed to respond to a gun shot by moving really fucking fast. Still waiting for the day when the guy with the starter gun gets a javelin on his back from a Kenyan athlete who just fucking flips out! Flashbacks to colonisation. Multiculturalism's a good thing, right? Like, fucking now that we're here, like 200 years ago, Aborigines probably didn't rate multiculturalism, but like, you know, fuck it. Anyway, here we are, right? But I reckon it's good, like, get everyone in here, that's good, right? That's my theory on why we sucked in last year's Soccer World Cup, man. Too many white Australians in our team. I say bring back the guys from 4 years ago, last Soccer World Cup. Those guys, they united our country. It was brilliant, right? They got us through to the round of 16, but more importantly, they united our country. Like, I don't know if you guys were like me and you watched Australia out of defense. Lazarus most the ball forward. Passes to Ocon. Ocon hits a Viduka. Viduka lays up to Bresciano. Bresciano across to Grela. Grela nas freaking coolies will win him. But mas more to Skoko. Skoko over Aloisi. Aloisi out in front of Popovic. Popovic scores. Gusek static. Going for Australia. Just don't fucking go, you skips.